Hey, this video is going to tell you a little bit about each section in this course so you get a good idea of what we're going to cover. So first, after you get the pre-requirements, like making sure you have a compatible operating system, making sure you download the course repo, stuff like that, we'll get into the installation details of Docker itself. Now, Docker Desktop works on Mac and Windows 10, and that's really the best thing to do, but there's lots of other details in there about whether you're using Linux or an old Windows version, or you just want to use a server on the internet. And then we jump into the Docker basics around how do you run containers? What is a container? What's in it? What's not in it? Running some examples. Then we learn how to build the images, which are the building blocks of containers. And you go through some examples of that. Then I go into details and examples around networking for Docker and how that works. Then maybe some of the storage stuff that you're going to deal with called volumes. Then we get into Docker Compose, which is a tool that comes with Docker, but it really is designed for local dev and test, and it's great. I use it every day when I'm working on projects. Then after you understand all of the basics of those tools, we start talking about orchestration, which is allowing you to run containers on multiple servers that act sort of like a single server. And we first start out with Swarm because it comes with Docker out of the box, it's very easy to understand, and it works really great in a lot of scenarios. And you'll learn about YAML files and how to configure multi-container solutions and distributed systems and microservices and all that. But eventually, you'll want to jump into Kubernetes, which comes after Swarm. And I teach Swarm before Kubernetes because I think it's a good stepping stone because Kubernetes is so much more complicated and does so much more than Swarm. But Swarm is easy to understand, so it's a great first step. And I think all of us really need to learn at least 2 orchestrators, since there's now, 4 or 5, 6 at least common ones out there. Now, obviously Kubernetes gets a lot of the market share and mind share, but it's not the only solution, and it sometimes is more complicated than you need. So it's good to have multiple tools in your tool set, and that's why I teach both in this course. And then I finish up the course with a bunch of various things related to all these topics. Things like students' common questions and answers, maybe some live stuff from my YouTube show where students show up and ask questions about topics in the course that aren't heavily covered, so I give you some more details on that. And then I actually review some student real-world Docker and Compose files and sort of break them down, talk about what's good about them, what's bad about them, so that you can learn from other people's work. And of course, throughout the whole course, there are tons and tons of references. So anywhere I can, I put links to documentation or really good blog posts that I or someone else has made on a topic so you can get further reading. Then near the end of the course, I start to give you jumping off points in case you want to take one of my other courses that goes into more detail on that topic, like Swarm Mastery or maybe Node.js for Docker or my forthcoming Kubernetes course. So obviously, no single course is going to solve all of your problems and have all the answers. But along with the Slack chat and the YouTube and the podcast and the newsletter and the Q&A and everything else that we do to try to help you learn these container tools, you're going to get your questions answered one way or another. And of course, the nice thing about the Slack community is there's tons of people in there that are happy to help you, who have a wide range of backgrounds, and it's really great. I'm really excited that we've had a lot of people stick around over the years and build that community with us. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.